Hey, it's Dr. Keith Kelly here, and we're already in the second week of this year. And if you've made any New Year's resolutions, the question is, are you actually keeping those? Now, my New Year's resolutions, I didn't really make any because basically for me it's an ongoing resolution. What I do is literally, I like to learn new things, new techniques, especially with business and things about entrepreneurship. But the whole important thing for me about learning these things is actually implementing, because implementing is 80% worth of what you're actually learning. You should be learning 20% and actually implementing 80% of what you're learning. So the best thing for me is actually learn, but implement 80% of the time, and actually just learn 20% of the time. And in that way, you can actually use those principles, especially with online marketing, because things change so quickly. So after just a few weeks or months, things that were working then at that time might not be working a few months later. So what you learn, you have to actually implement there and then at that time. So I've been listening to a live presentation by a guy called John Assaraf, and if you've ever heard of him or heard him speaking, he's a motivational speaker and a neuroscientist, and it's absolutely amazing what he's saying. So he was actually touching on the area of weight loss. And this is a very interesting area because he was talking about how people very often lose weight, and he had a problem with weight himself. So he talks from experience where he lost weight and then he put the weight back on. And he says the statistics is that when people actually lose weight, 99% of the time it doesn't work. They actually put the weight back on. So there's more than just needed than exercise and diets and things like that, because a lot of the time when you buy fancy diets and things like that, the companies are just making money out of a lot of people, and the companies are really happy, but unfortunately what they actually offer is not sustainable. So John actually goes through the complexity of a diet. Now, for most people we would just think, well, it's got to do with the diet. In other words, what you eat, and as long as you're active and you exercise enough, that should be fine. But he pointed out there's a whole lot of factors. There's almost more than 30 factors involved in the psychology of diet. And one thing he says is never actually go on a diet. A diet itself will not cure the problem. A diet is not the solution. And he says what you look like on the outside, basically that's the whole reason is that's what you look like on the inside. In other words, what you look on the outside is actually a reflection of what you think about yourself and how you feel on the inside. Complexity of a diet where there's so many factors involved, and this will get us onto our next subject, which is about earning and making money, especially having an online business. So he talks about things, all these things that affect a diet and your weight. Self-image, self-worth, food addictions, your diet and exercise, and then portion control, emotional eating, hormone imbalances, body fat self-point, food density imbalances, disrupted circadian rhythm. This is late nights, early mornings. It's got to do with your cortisol levels, sleep deprivation, stress, lack of exercise, insulin resistance, fatigue, hunger and cravings, lack of knowledge or skill, destructive habits, calorie balancing, overall health and ability and mindset, beliefs, attitude, perception, processed foods, lack of planning or time, food allergies, neurotransmitter deficiencies and illness, prescription drugs, your environment, culture, family and friends. Can you believe that there are so many factors just affecting your weight, the amount of fat you're actually putting on, all those factors. Now, coming back to what we're talking about, having a business, having an online income source. Most people would put up their hand and say, yes, they would love to make more money online. But it's just like those people who say, well, they want to lose weight. It's the same thing. They try one or two things, it works for a little while, and they go straight back to where they were before. Nothing is sustainable, it didn't work. And the whole reason is the mindset, and all these factors have to work towards the goal. And so what we actually do is we have a product, it's a business plan, it's a system which we have. It's an affiliate program, but the amazing thing about this program is that it teaches you how to have a different mindset, but it teaches you how to actually run a business from scratch, from the base up. So it forms a very, very sturdy foundation. And then it basically, as I said, when all the foundation is correct, from the psychology and the mechanics and all the factors, very similar to what we've spoken about here, all the factors when they're put together, once you know all of those things, then you start building your business. And we even give you the products to start with. But eventually, when you are successful, then of course, if you have products or services of your own, you can actually implement what you've learned into your own business as well. So if you are looking for an online business, we do not want people who would like to make more money. We would like people who are totally committed, because that is the importance. To be sustainable, for it to actually work, you have to be committed. And John actually mentions as well, you have to have a reason. You have to have a massive, big reason, a reason why. And your reason why has to be so big that it's going to work, and you're going to try everything, and you're going to do what it takes. You're going to absolutely crush it. And this tool, this business that we actually promote, it's an amazing way and an amazing place to start. I have some friends. The one friend has made over 600,000, and the other one over $1 million within a year, and a couple of other friends who've actually made $3 and $4 million online. Everyone's has an inner game that shows exactly what's happening on the outside, but we will help you and we will show you exactly how to put it all together. So what I suggest you do, click on the link below, pay $49 for this program. It's totally refundable. If you really don't want to go ahead with it, you don't have to, but I highly suggest it. It's amazing. We're getting great results. As I said, we start from the basics and we build up, and this is how to run a real business. So if you're serious and if you are committed to earning money online and you want a business that really, really works, but you are committed, then click on the link below and I'll see you on the inside. This is Dr. Keith Kelly. Great chatting to you today. Thank you.